Got a goal and you just can't hit it? Well, fill up here and we'll help you get it. Learn the Goal Achievement Success System here on Goal Getting Podcast and put some gas in your goals to power you to the finish line. Let's go, friends. Rev up your engines and let's take off for success. Hello and welcome back to Goal Getting Podcast. This is your host, Tony Woodall, and I am excited to be with you today. Today's podcast episode is about I want to be a world champion speaker, and I'm speaking of myself. I am wanting to compete and win the Toastmasters International World Champion of Public Speaking. Now, I have a quote that I want to share today from Darren LaCroix. It's time to crown the current world champion of public speaking for 2016. And I've entered the Toastmasters International Speech Contest for the last 3 years since I started Toastmasters. The International Speech Contest is held in most Toastmasters clubs around the globe. This is the only speaking contest in Toastmasters that goes past the district level to the international level. Each year, those contestants that have won club, area, division, and district move up to the next level. The semifinals. The semifinals are held each year at the Toastmasters International Convention. This year, it's in Washington, D.C. in the United States. Yes, it is this week. Today it starts. And yes, I am going to be there. I am so excited. I am going to be at the Toastmasters International Convention in Washington, D.C. This year, I entered for the two clubs I belong to. My company club, First Republic Toastmasters, is a closed club and only open to members of our company. I also belong to an open club, Cable Car Toastmasters. Cable Car is one of the oldest Toastmasters clubs in San Francisco. I will include a link to our club in the show notes. If you are in the downtown San Francisco area at 7 a.m. on Tuesday mornings and you want to wake up with a bang, the bang of the gavel as the club starts at 7 a.m., connect with us and we will greet you with open arms. Yes, I said 7 a.m., folks. It's early. Yes, you will have fun and get a jolt of adrenaline to start your day with positivity. I guess I should go ahead and break the news before we go any further. I'm not a semifinalist this year. I did not make it past the area level this year. I have been to the division level before, but this year I didn't make it past the First Republic Club. But I did win the Cable Car Club contest. I won second place at our area level contest. Our District 4 winner, Gina Graham, is a semifinalist and will be competing this week in D.C. Our First Republic Club officers are attending the international convention, as well as many of our District 4 leaders. We're looking forward to meeting new friends and are looking forward to cheering Gina on as she goes to get her goal of World Champion Speaker. I want to be a Toastmasters World Champion Speaker. This is one of my goals in my path to become a paid motivational speaker. This episode of Goal Getting Podcast is part of our Back to School series. I consider myself in school to learn to be a Toastmasters World Champion Speaker. I'm learning from some of the best. I watched as Gina ascended from area through division and win the district level awards. This week, I will get to watch her compete on the world stage with great Toastmasters. I want to be there. I will be cheering her on and visualizing myself on the stage as well. What am I doing to learn to be a Toastmasters World Champion Speaker? Never turning down stage time, of course, as 2001 World Champion Speaker Darren LaCroix said on the How to Become a World Champion Speaker CD. I've had the pleasure and honor of meeting Hall of Fame speaker Patricia Fripp at a couple of our San Francisco Toastmaster events. We had the opportunity to host her for a seminar at one of our First Republic Toastmasters Club meetings where she shared some educational and inspiring advice. I learned a lot in that visit. Cable Car Toastmasters also sponsored her for an event in June, and again she shared valuable advice about speaking and presenting. Patricia's a dynamic lady and a tremendous speaker. The interesting fact is she actually began her Toastmasters journey at Cable Car Toastmasters. I won't say the year, but it was a while ago. At the cable car event, she gave away her CD, How to Become a World Champion Public Speaker, to all of the attendees. Now, this CD features Patricia Fripp facilitating an entertaining, action-packed, idea-rich National Speakers Association session with 2 international world champion speakers from Toastmasters, 2000 champion Ed Tate and 2001 champion Darren LaCroix. And I'm so excited to get to meet these gentlemen at the convention this week. Ed Tate is speaking Wednesday night. I had the opportunity to listen to the CD over the Independence Day weekend as I drove my dog Sophie across country to Atlanta. I had long days of driving and listened to the CD over and over again. I think I'd listened to it at least 10 times over the 3-day drive. Now, if you're a Toastmaster or want to learn speaking skills from 2 world champion speakers, you should pick up a copy. I'll have information on how to get a copy at the end of the show notes. I'll also have contact information on how to contact Patricia, Ed, and Darren. These great speakers present the exact tips that help them with their competitions. Patricia also offers several points of advice. She too is a great speaker and teacher. There's so much information on that CD that I won't go over it all today, but I want to share the tip that stuck with me and has become a part of my life at this time. Darren offered the audience the tip that he learned from one of his mentors who advised him: never turn down stage time. The funny thing about that quote on the CD is the CD starts with Patricia Fripp talking about how she was on tour in New Zealand with a group of National Speakers Association members. She recognized Ed Tate in the group as being and remembered that he was the 2000 world champion speaker, and she asked him right then to speak and give the speech that he presented as his final speech for the 2000 world champion contest. Ed, on a full tour bus going 40 miles an hour through New Zealand, stood up, grabbed the tour guide's microphone, and gave his award-winning speech. Ed did not turn down the stage time. He took the opportunity to tell his story in front of those National Speakers Association members, and I'm looking forward to hearing his speech on Wednesday night as the keynote speaker at the opening ceremonies. I'm so excited, folks. I have never been to a Toastmasters International Convention, and I am going to relish meeting all these great speakers from all over the world, these members of Toastmasters. It's an international organization. There's so many great speakers out there, and I love the opportunity that I've gotten to go and participate in this event. I actually got to meet one of the semifinalists besides Gina. I've met her. She's in our division and district, and I got to meet a new speaker who's here in the United States for the semifinals. Her name's Vanessa Lee, and I got to see her at one of our other Toastmasters clubs here in San Francisco, Rhinoceros Business Toastmasters, also known as Rhinos, and they had her as a guest speaker the other night. I got to listen to her 2 speeches that she's going to be giving in the contest, and she is a dynamite speaker. It is going to be a tough decision who gets chosen, I think, as the world champion speaker, because just the 2 that I know of are going to be phenomenal, and it's going to be great. Vanessa Lee is from Hong Kong. She's actually a member of the Hong Kong club, one of the clubs in Hong Kong. Happened to stop in San Francisco, has some friends, and was able to come to our club or to the Rhino Club and present her speech so that we could hear it. I'm not going to even tell you what it's about, but her speeches are phenomenal. It's going to be a great contest, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to do my best to interview as many people as I can from all over the world. I'm going to try to interview some of the amazing semifinalists as well as past world champion speakers if I can. All the best way to learn is to talk with those who've been there, those that are doing great. Learn from them. Watch the speeches on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com and watch last year's winning speech. I was just watching it earlier today, and it just was amazing to watch these speakers. They're so talented, so quality. They have such quality in their speeches. I encourage you, if you want to go back to school and, learn how to be a better speaker, you should go watch that. So I will be in school all week at the convention learning how I can become a Toastmasters International World Champion speaker. Is your goal to improve your public speaking skills? Do you have a fear of public speaking maybe? Well, you should join a Toastmasters club. I've learned so much. I was not a rookie speaker. I've been a martial arts instructor, a crime prevention speaker. I've given seminars on many topics to audiences from 1 to over 400. However, I didn't really know how to speak well. If you give presentations or hold meetings at work, you may need to join Toastmasters. There's nothing worse than being in a meeting if you're a business analyst or a project manager and presenting a topic that is just not the most exciting to begin with, but if you're not speaking correctly, and you can make that meeting seem like it drags on forever. So I would encourage you, if you're doing any type of presentations for work, that you attend a Toastmasters meeting. Make those meetings mean something besides just being boring. So that's something I've been in, constantly, are meetings that I'm going, wow, this could have been over probably half an hour ago if we had a speaker that could actually, speak. I encourage you to attend Toastmasters. It will make you a much better speaker. Most of the clubs I've been to are phenomenal, very open, very friendly. It's a good, safe place to practice speaking and to become a better public speaker. If you don't have time or the ability to attend a Toastmasters meeting, you might need to find a coach. Because if you give presentations or hold meetings at work, you may need to join that. And if you don't have time, you could always hire a coach to help you with that. And if you're a startup founder pitching to an investor or a shark, you need to be able to present your story well as well. Toastmasters is a great place to learn. And again, if you're busy as a startup founder, you probably may not have time to do that, but you can find a coach. You can work with one of the world champion speakers or me. I offer coaching services as well. Perhaps you are a startup founder and need to get prepared to do a pitch. Let me help you get ready. I've attended a few of the events in San Francisco and will be attending more, and I've heard some of the pitches given. I know you're very intelligent, you've got great ideas or a product, and you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. Well, that sounds like a good name for a band, doesn't it? You should be prepared to tell your story and have the investors be just as excited about it as you are, and I can help you with that. So keep listening to the show. I'll try to post more interviews from the Toastmasters International Convention, as well as some posts on the podcast. I hope you enjoy listening to those. Go out to YouTube, listen to Toastmasters International Speech World Champion speakers, and go back to school and learn speaking skills. Learn how to be a better public speaker at work, in your own life, and you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel about yourself and your demeanor. You'll have a better sense of self-worth when you can speak better. It just really does help you all around to be able to do that. I can't thank Toastmasters enough and my company for starting the club. I wish I'd have done this years ago. I have the opportunity to attend Toastmasters many years ago, multiple occasions, and just didn't take advantage of it, didn't understand the need for it. But now I do, and I'm recommending it to you. So this is Tony Woodall, your host with Goal Getting Podcast. I really do appreciate you listening to the show. It's great to hear from you. Today, we talk about Toastmasters International being a world champion speaker. Public speaking is a skill that we all need to take up and learn to do well. Go out, join Toastmasters, great organization. You can go to the Toastmasters.org website. It has a find a club near you option where you can find a local Toastmasters organization. Watch the videos on YouTube of the world champions. They are phenomenal speakers, and you can learn a lot from them. I've left show notes on how to reach Ed Tate, Darren LaCroix, and of course, Patricia Fripp. Check those folks out. Go to their websites. Contact them if you want some help. They can help as well. Go out and make today a great day.